We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for the smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with the SPY, and we're going to talk about the S&P 500 index, the VIX, and everything going on in the overall markets and what oil is doing as well. As right now, we see the SPY pushing up slightly higher. Now, the SPY has been pretty volatile today, and our SPY bot since 12:30 p.m. sent us out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, call options were up 2 to 3x within minutes, and this is our new release that allows us to have an edge within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities within the volatility, either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down, and you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators and getting connected to the SPY bot. So when you look at it, yesterday was pretty volatile and things today were pretty volatile, trying to recover its losses from the pre-market to its bottom and coming back up. So we're going to break it all down in today's video. What's going on within this volatility? Volatility is not going anywhere anytime soon, in my opinion. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us. We're going to jump right into it here with the SPY and the S&P 500 index. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the three stocks I mentioned this morning. All three of them gave 5 to 10%, 10 to 20%, but one of them turned out to be a home run, and that was AGRI. And this is when we caught it early on in the pre-market, shifting from red with green borders to green, going into strength on 42 vision. It was under a bull indicator and pushing upwards, and it consolidated in the pre-market towards the bell. It had already jumped up nearly 20% plus, pulled back down, and took off to a highest point of 180% plus. And it got that bull indicator, no bear indicators all along the way, full strength until way back here at this point at around $4, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We strive for opportunities like these every single day. We look forward to having you join us, and let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY and the S&P 500 index, and the chart has been pretty volatile, right? But the overall picture has been downwards, back and forth, and the question is, are we going to break out to the upside or go into further weakness? And what is the chart showing? So I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators, Ultimate 42 Vision, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators to receive the clarity you deserve within the volatility to maximize on opportunities in either direction stocks are going, guys. So volatility, in my opinion, is not going anywhere. It's going to continue to persist, and within it, there's going to be opportunities. So based off the 30-minute, we just went back into a bull indicator here at the after hours. We were under a bear indicator today in the pre-market. Things slowly shifted back up, and we'll see if it can continue or if it fakes out and goes right back down. Now, let me show you guys the bigger picture here and jump straight to it, because this is what's allowed us to know that we were shifting into a correction / crash since the beginning of the year. The first thing we noticed was January 10th, we were going downwards, and we had back-to-back 2 red bars, okay? 2 red bars before a third one and the bear indicator popping up. Now, within the volatility, a lot of investors were pretty excited around this area, which we're going to pull up the 1 day so we could see it together, that things were going back up, and they went from 420 back up to 458 and then bounced back and forth. And then we finally broke out of that and went downwards, and we've even hit lower points than the 420 area on the SPY, right? And I stated, since way up here, this bear indicator popped up, that until it gets negated by a bull indicator, this will persist. And no matter what goes on here, the overall direction is down here. And we still haven't found a bottom just yet. And we don't know if this was the bottom here at 410. If it was, we may consolidate, slightly reverse, and over time, there will be a bull indicator popping up somewhere around this area on the way back up. And this bear indicator will go ahead and get negated. The reason why I know this, and we've compared it to this, if it's your first time coming to the channel, you're going to love seeing this, and you can have access to this as well. The 42 vision indicator link is down below in the description. That when the 2020 crash happened, a bear indicator popped up, and it lasted for about several weeks to months until it bottomed out, right? Like a month and a half. And it wasn't until a bull indicator popped up that negated its path, right? And negated this bear indicator, and it went up higher. That wasn't the only example I gave. I also gave the example here of 2018. This was the last time we had a small crash before the 2020 crash, and you see it right there. Bear indicator popped up, lasted for several weeks and months, and then here you got that bull indicator and things started to go back up. Same thing here as well, but this one was a little bit more subtle. And if we go to history, you could see how some of them have been short-lived because the overall market was not under a crash, except for the one here in the 07 crash all the way down to 09. No bull indicator popped up for nearly almost 2 years, guys. Okay, that was a big bear market. Now, things have been pretty bullish since, and the last several crashes that we've had, we have had these for several months, and once that bull indicator pops up, that is the key metric to know if there's a possibility of things going up higher for the next few months to years, right? Because the last 3 times it's happened, right? Earlier in 2018 and the end of 2018 going into 2019, this one lasted for about a year. This one lasted for about several months. And this one lasted for almost 2 years, like a year and a half. And here we are right now under a bear indicator through the volatility, slowly pushing downwards. And forget about every other data point. Just based off this chart, the bear indicator and the shifts that we're in, we still haven't hit per se a bottom. Now, do we need to go into white with red borders to say that we hit a bottom? No, because the last time that this happened, we never hit white with red borders and we bottomed out and went back up. But the bull indicator did not confirm until later on in the move. Now, when it really bottoms out and it happens quickly, you could see that shortly after that white with red borders and there's a shift happening back up, those bull indicators pop up to confirm, and then you got your move there and you got your move over here. Okay, super important. So right now we're in the middle of a correction slash crash. We've been under a bear indicator, no bull indicator has popped up to negate it, and we haven't hit white with red borders to confirm at least extreme weakness, because once these pop up, you are in extreme weakness, and usually there's a reversal that slightly follows it. Some are stronger than others, some are weaker than others, so it does not confirm anything. Now, let me pull up the 1 day so you guys could see here a big difference that happened between now and the 2020 crash that I compared it to. So in the 2020 crash, there was a bear indicator that popped up way up here. We pulled downwards, we had a fake out here, and things continued, and no bull indicator popped up until down here in April, once things started to try to reverse. And since then, everything just started to flow to the upside. It had its moments of bearishness and corrections, but overall pretty bullish, right? All the way up to this point. So once we got here, okay, we have a bear indicator popping up here early on in the year. Fell down, we popped back up, and I always stated in my videos, if we do not transition from red with green borders to dark green, right, and this bull indicator stays here, but we don't shift up, we kind of get stagnated or pull right back down, this is going to be a fake out, and it's going to get negated by a bear indicator. Eventually, we may retest these lows or newer lows, and here we have it. And right now, through the volatility, we've bounced up, bounced back down, and we had an opportunity to double bottom here with these two and go up higher, and that's not the case. We're going right back down in this direction. So when you look at it from the bigger picture, things have been pulling downwards, and we have way back here the 2020 crash as an example. I was comparing it if we were going to have a fake out and continuation, and so far, based off the 1 day, that's what it's been up to this point. A fake out and a bull indicator popped up, and then here you have it getting negated by a bear indicator. So when I look at it, this bear indicator is just a reconfirmation with this one. Overall direction is this way, and then you have the 1 week showing us the whole entire bigger picture that it's been under a bear indicator, and within all the volatility, things have continued to the downside. So the first support level, okay, beyond 410 is down here at 371, and slightly before that, right here at 403, I would just round that down to 400. Those are the key levels to be watching, right? 370, the lower point, and the midpoint between 410 and 370, 400. Those are the key levels right now that I'm watching. And one of the biggest things I'm going to be watching for is once this reversal does start and we've actually slightly bottomed or consolidated and we finally start picking up momentum, is if a bull indicator pops up to negate this bear indicator based off the 1 week, and also what type of strength we see on the 1 day. But when you go over here and we look at the 10-year treasury, this has been spiking up so fast after having such a big crash to the downside, right? The last several years, and things have been spiking up over time, which we've talked about here in the channel. Up at this point, we had a really fast crash to the downside from 2% to 1.67%. And now we're bouncing up just as fast right back up to 2%. And this is a very subtle movement that is affecting the SPY, right? And the overall market. And it's making it fall down really, really fast. So it's creating volatility. And then on top of that, you have commodities like oil skyrocketing and then quickly just falling again, right? And the question is, will it skyrocket right back up? Because just like the whole entire 10-year treasury went down to 1.67 and it's back up almost to 2% that fast in just a few weeks, that can happen to oil again, or at least that's the uncertainty. A lot of people are watching to see if it's going to happen or not. But even above $100 is pretty high prices per barrel. But if it spikes right back up again, it could affect it, and it could actually create even more shocks overall in the market. And then you have the VIX actually spiking up from 20 all the way up to 38, comes back down to 27, spikes up to 37, and now we're going back down. But within the back and forth, we've been over 30. This needs to get below 30 so things can finally cool off. And if it doesn't, and it hangs out up at this area and keeps on bouncing back and forth between 30 and 32, and then jumping back to 34 and rejecting, and then finally breaking out of 34 and trying to retest the highs up here of 37, 38, or even higher, that is going to create even further volatility and uncertainty and doubt, pushing this back down. And we have to watch those levels: 410, 400, 370. Those are the key levels I'm watching. And within the volatility, I'm going to be following the SPY bot and also the bull and bear indicators according to the time frame I want to watch it on, and maximize within the volatility and look for opportunities every single day. And you can now gain access to all of this. We look forward to having you join us. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, 42 vision indicators, and getting connected to the SPY bot to receive that edge you deserve and clarity you deserve within the volatility to maximize in either direction. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.